All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome to more 2021 Duels Winter Finals Round 2. We've got QQ versus Lupus here coming up next, and our maps and variants this time around are 7D and 5A. So we're going to have Gentle Pond with limited tiers. Oh, gosh. Gentle Pond is that awesome free-for-all map where the AI opponents are there to give you a big pain in the ass as you're trying to fight your opponent. It has been kind of patched. We're on like version 2 of that map. P-Boop changed it up a little bit since the last season. And then limited tiers is kind of like Sasha's boss stage last season, where there's a selection of limited units you can only use once for the series. So you know what? I should go ahead and probably get a tracker online for that. Let me see the easiest way to do that. Might be copying this. I don't know why that doesn't work right. Okay, tell you what, let's do this. Let us grab this one. I think this will work. Aha, okay. Alright, so let's say there we go. Sorry, a little bit janky here, but it's something. Where should I put this? Maybe over here, like in the bottom. Okay. So 7D, Trouble at Gentle Pond. And also limited units, so we're going to keep track of which of those units are used by QQ and Lupus. And then starting at Game 4, we're going to shift over to 5A. And 5 is going to be Reed Valley. Oh, that's the one where you start with 300 starting food, 16 farms. It's the one with the choke and a lot of water and the campfire in the middle. And resources last for 10 minutes. Kind of a crazy map. And then A is no selling, right? Okay. So that's going to be interesting. I don't think we've seen Reed Valley, where the players really get to decide what units they use, which we'll have in this one. It'll be no selling, which is a big deal, but not super limiting on what compositions can be utilized. Okay, so let's get into it. Starting game number 1 here, and I will have to keep track of which limited units are used. So help me out with that. Chat, yell at me if I do it wrong. Here we go. Let's get into it. Okay. On the left-hand side, 2 Meows, aka QQ, and in the bottom, Lupus. So the kind of the patched new version of this map is that Center Gristmill is no longer here, I think is the main one. And keep in mind the opponents do start with Boar Warrens. Now, on last patch, we saw snakes try to get in here, knock out a balloon, knock out that worm, but you can't do that anymore, since snakes no longer hit structures. Now, let's take a look here. Okay, lizard is used for Lupus, so let's go ahead and make a note of that. Lizards, okay. And are we using any other ones? Let's take a look at QQ's deck. I don't see any limited ones for QQ. And I don't see any other ones for Lupus. So if I'm wrong about that, please yell at me. But it looks like the only limited unit used this time around is Lupus picking up the lizards. Okay. Now, QQ's got a lot of experience on this map since he was the boss last season. So basically every game he played last season, the Fall Open, was on this map. He was the Trouble at Gentle Pond boss. So we've kind of got the calm before the storm right now. The AI typically leave you alone for the first few minutes. Again, if you are kind of new to this or you didn't catch last season, you don't have to necessarily beat the AI. You don't have to be the last man standing here. You just gotta outlast the other living player, right? So if QQ gets knocked out, Lupus can just leave the game and he wins. Lupus coming in here with some lizards, though, actually getting a little bit done. Knocking out a pig, knocking out a Warren, knocking out a turret, too. So I'm kind of waiting for... Oh, no, well, I shouldn't be. QQ's out and about in the water having a swim. Meanwhile, Lupus is in his base, on his face, trying to take first place. 2 skunks go down. The Warren goes down. This is absolutely disastrous. This might be a very quick victory here for Lupus. Lupus taking the lizards and really rampaging with them. Now, keep in mind, QQ actually doesn't have squirrels or lizards in his deck. So just hoping to use the toads and the turrets. Squirrels and lizards both considered limited tier units. So QQ saving them for later. And I don't know, man. This is looking like a lot of damage here. I mean, I don't think QQ should tap. This is a never say die map because look at this. Quartermaster, the AI, is starting to wake up and starting to punish Lupus for kind of being all in on QQ's base. So Lupus is crippling QQ here, but will Quartermaster just straight up win? Okay, it looks like the lizards from Quartermaster are picked up for now. These boars should be spawning any second, and that's it though, Lupus! Sorry for the bad camera work. But Lupus wins. QQ gets sent to the kitchens. I don't know if the replay desynced. Okay, there he goes. He just wanted to make sure. It's a nice victory there for Lupus. Keep in mind, though, he can't use lizards again. He did use them up. And QQ played that one, you know, cards close to the chest. He didn't use any limited units. Also, keep in mind, the limited unit thing only matters for these first 3 games. Okay, game number 2. Let's hop into it. Okay, this time around, QQ picking up squirrels and Lupus picking up squirrels. So let me record that real quick. If you chat heroes see any other units and wouldn't mind pointing them out, please let me know. Might have to scoot this over a little bit. There we go. That doesn't look so bad. Okay. Falcon for QQ. Thanks, Claro. Sorry, hopefully nothing good is going on in the game right now. So I gotta keep track of this stuff. Okay. Alright, alright. Yeah, everything looks fine. Let me just double check here. Squirrel, Falcon, everything else is fine. Everything else is fine. Yep, alright. Cool. So, QQ actually has a real tier 1 unit now. That's good. And Lupus does not have lizards, so not going to be able to just zug with the lizards and win that way. He's going to have to come up with something else this time around. Badgers for both players. I think Badger makes a lot of sense for a lot of reasons. For one, it's not a limited unit. For 2, they stack really well in the late game. And for 3, the computers suck at microing. So you could just absolutely decimate one of the computer's armies with the Badger or 2. Even if they have snakes, they're not going to target the Badger or anything like that. Yeah, one thing Tandor is talking about in the chat here is it is a tough decision. You know, do you decide, like QQ has here, to farm up towards the AI, or do you farm up towards the player? I wouldn't mind farming up towards the AI, but then throwing down, and I know it sounds like a lot, but as many as like 4 or 5 turrets, right? It's a big investment, but then you just keep these 8 farms clean. You know, because the AI generally doesn't mass up an army. They just kind of send out units in waves. So if you have like 4 or 5 turrets there, you're probably going to slice down anything that they send at you. QQ is a sneaky Badger Warren here. Let's see if Lupus can spot it. Doesn't spot it just yet. Gonna try to come around though and get some work done. QQ again. Not a whole lot of early game units here. Taking a little bit of damage, but QQ also has a huge economy. And I don't think Lupus is aware of it. Well, actually he is. So QQ playing very greedy, farming up a lot, trying to get into the Badger. It's kind of like double greed, right? Not only did he farm up a lot, but he's also trying to go for high tech. And Lupus is not messing around. I mean, he's not going to sit back and let QQ have his cake and eat it too. He's coming in here with Squirrel Ferret, already knocked out the main base, already taking out, putting in a ton of work, doing a lot of damage. And Lupus gonna keep the pressure going. Hasn't seen the Badger Warren yet, so maybe QQ, with the heart of the cards, might be able to get this Badger Warren out. Why am I making so many Yu-Gi-Oh references today? I don't even like Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright. That's it! QQ is done. He was too greedy. You know, it's not fair to... I actually watched a little bit of the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, I think when it was on Netflix. And it was fun, actually. I had a good time. It was super extra. Which is great. I love how Yu-Gi-Oh's... I love how his power is, like, stacking his deck. Like, that's his superpower. Like, it's... I don't know. Everything's on the line. Like, if he doesn't draw the exact right card, his dog's gonna die, and his girlfriend's gonna get captured or something like that. It's like, alright, I have a 1 in 500 chance to get this card, and then he just gets it. It's like all my opponents on MTG Arena. Okay, wait, I goofed up on the scoreboard here. Sorry, guys. So it's actually 2-0 for Lupus. Okay. Alright, QQ being a little too greedy there. Luck and plot armor. Yeah. The strongest powers. Yeah. Alright. Game number 3. Let's get into this. Hey, luck is a very good superpower. If, hey, wait a second. QQ, the big fat cheater here, has already used Falcons. No limited units here for Lupus. So we're gonna need a gent ruling on that. Gent's the big, he's the Caesar, right? Or the, like the Roman emperor up there. We're waiting on his thumbs up or his thumbs down. He never brought him out, says Tandor. Is that true? I think that's true. Okay, hey God, let's verify. I'm pretty sure that's true, but you know what? I agree with Tandor, man. If he never brought him out, I say let's no harm, no foul. Let's just make sure real quick. I'm pretty sure QQ never did build the Falcons. Pretty sure all we saw out of QQ were what? Squirrel, skunk, badger, right? Alright, gentlemen's making some calculations here. Okay, yeah, so the Falcons were never used, but I do understand just because he didn't use them. I mean, having the option there is important. Kind of like how Tosh almost built the... Oh no, wrong game. Oh man, I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. I'm kind of in a weird state of mind because yesterday I went skiing for the first time and I'm pretty sore. And I also got really drunk with a friend. So I'm a little hungover. Okay, so QQs use lizards now. And I think that's it. Alright, we need to wait on the ruling from Gent. Oh, and the board too. Gotta wait for the Emperor up there with his with his crown of leaves, his big toga on. All right, what are you thinking, gent? Say let the game go on. All right, we're getting a thumbs up. Cam for QQ too. Thank you. All right, QQ bringing out all limited units this time. Okay. It's I think my tracker's right now. Okay. Let me know if I'm missing anything. Let's do it. In the bottom, Lupus. Over on left-hand side, the big fat cheater, QQ. No, it's an honest mistake, you guys. It's not. I don't think QQ is trying to pull a fast one or anything. I'm just being silly. All right, the gentleman saying, let it go on, but we might have to redo if QQ ends up leveraging Falcons super hard this game and then like winning the whole series. All right. So QQ, I hope your Falcon play is awful. Okay. Well, I do want to see a QQ victory here. Well, I mean, I guess he's not on his last life. I don't know. I guess the best thing for the event would be if Lupus won here, or if QQ won in such a way where the Falcons weren't really part of it. Right? Because we don't want to have to redo the series. That would suck. QQ with some lizard aggression here. I hope he learned his lesson from the last couple games. I mean, he's been very greedy, and Lupus has not been sitting around letting that happen. And QQ does have a little bit of the deck comp advantage here. I think Lupus is deck's a little bit janky. I mean, it can work, but not having Squirrel or Lizard is always painful. Not the whole series, says Jen. We redo this map only. Okay. Yeah, we'll get it figured out. The gentleman's really good at this kind of thing. Nice job there from QQ. Good Lizard connections, though, from Lupus. But still, I think knocking out those pigs is more important. And yeah, I'd like to see, you know, QQ play a little more conservative this time. I think he's mostly lost from trying to be too greedy. Alright, QQ. The Apocalypse Now move. Coming in through the water. Will Lupus spot it? Oh no, that lizard gave it away! This lizard's fired. What are you thinking? Alright, Lupus has his toads in a pretty good spot. There's not a whole lot of bacon here anyways. Unfortunately. I mean, QQ really needs to come in like from this angle and hit the backside. I mean, Lupus is like really ready for some more lizards to come in. So, QQ going up to some cams. Lupus, yeah, he's gonna build some turrets here to help keep the AI at bay. I don't think we've seen any boars from the AI yet. I mean, granted, these have been pretty quick games. I'm not sure exactly when the boar comes out. It just really depends on how the AI spends their money, how much they float. Ooh, this could actually be really bad for QQ. Trading. Well, that trade wasn't horrible. Oh man. And I love watching the AI run toads into grist mills. Yeah, just a couple turrets here. I think you need more than just one or two, though. I really think you need like a line. Because yeah, these squirrels will bust through that turret. And the AI are actually starting to be bastards here on both sides. Looks like QQ's handling it, but taking some losses. Archimedes, though, is actually getting some work done here. Balloon coming up from Lupus. This chameleon. I mean, QQ took a good bit of damage. Here come the Falcons. Oh my gosh, look at that string of units from Quartermaster on 16 farms. This is probably why QQ was trying to be so aggressive with the greed. And here's the boar coming in. That actually makes sense to me now, because it's not necessarily you gotta outpace your opponent. You gotta keep up with the AI, you know? I mean, they might be idiots, but they've got 16 farms. And an idiot with 16 farms is better than one of the best players with 3. So if you let that AI get too far ahead of you on economy, you're just gonna get overwhelmed. And there we go, Lupus gets sent to the kitchen. I would say the Falcons didn't do anything this game. And QQ gonna take a victory here. So yeah, no harm, no foul, I'd say. Yeah. And unfortunately, that is the end of Trouble at Gentle Pond. Yeah, now it makes sense to me why QQ is being so greedy. Because if you're not, then the enemy, the AI just gets so far ahead of you and just overwhelms you. Okay, that means we're switching things up here. We're gonna go to 5A. So this is actually pretty straightforward. No selling. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this one. This is a crazy map. So, yeah, you guys will see it. I'm not going to overhype it. But the only thing to keep in mind is 300 starting food. And you start with 16 farms. And farms and camps last 10 minutes. And there's only one campfire in the middle that is up for grabs. So this is going to be interesting, because these players don't have units restrictions here. Oh yeah, and they get more units as well. They get 8. So this is going to be bananas. I think we saw a lot of like Owl Falcon defense kind of stuff so far. Let's see, QQ going to rock a fox. Lupus, 24 squirrels. Another thing to keep in mind on this map is you don't have a whole lot of spots for your warrens, to be honest. Like, you kind of need this middle really bad. Not just for the campfire, which is nice, but also some extra room to throw down warrens. This map is absolutely insane. If you guys haven't seen this one yet. I think it was a Kalaru map in round 1. If you want to see the other one, check out my VODs. The match that is round 1 Kalaru, I think, was on this map as well. So here comes Lupus. But again, I mean, even attacking in like this, I mean, look at that single file squirrel line. This one already, this is like a use map setting turret defense game from Brood War or something. I mean, these squirrels getting absolutely decimated here. More blood for the blood gods. Gosh, look at that such devastation. I mean, what are you even supposed to do against that? You gotta go back to the drawing board here, Lupus. That is not gonna work. Maybe you can march up the squirrels like that if there's no Artie, but damn, man, QQ really cleaned up all those squirrels. And now he's got the fox. This might be a short game. Let's see. Badger on the way too. Yeah, I think the name of the game on this map is Falcons in Tier 3, it feels like to me. Because Tier 1 is risky because, again, you don't have that many spots to really throw your warrens down in the first place. And it's also really hard to move your army single file up into the opponent's base like this. These pigeons, this high ground vision that these pigeons are going to give is going to be monumental here for QQ. Badger getting a little bit of targeted, but so far I think this... Oh, that's a dead fox. Oh my god, 2 HP! Run! Run, QQ! Oh, the commander for Lupus goes down, QQ. About the esports here on this nerd. Let's see it. Oh, this Badger taking some damage. Got 4 pigeons healing, though. Alright, this fox should be able to chase these units back. Such a crazy map. Alright, QQ can take this campfire, maybe throw down some arties. No selling, too. Yeah, thank you. I forgot about that. So, once you build something, you've built it. Lupus just trying to overwhelm the Zap Brannigan style, as I like to call it. I don't think it's gonna work. QQ just has so much money, too. It's not a bad thing. Like, I don't think he really I think he, yeah, throw down some arties, yeah. I mean, generally on the no-selling map, like, having a bunch of extra money is good. You don't want to overbuild Warrens and then be stuck with a bunch of Warrens that you can't afford. Also, I've seen players, too, like, not rebuild farms here, like, after they lose them, which I think is a big mistake, because the farms last for 10 minutes on this map, rather than your usual 5, so... Not rebuilding that farm is actually a really big deal. There's a lot of food left on it. Alright, that should be it. QQ in the main, on the brain with the Badger. Tying things up here, we got a series on our hands. Both these players really, really doing well. Again, an important tournament. You know, prize money on the line, bragging rights on the line. Game number 5. This is what we're going to see from now on here. No selling on this map. Huge economies, awkward attacks into the bases, limited spots for the Warrens. So it should be a big tier 3 game. And I think the players are starting to realize that. Lupus here has changed his tune. Actually getting the cavalcade of tier 3 here. Going for a bunch of different ones. Meanwhile, QQ going for Wolf Badger. Maybe some pigeons here. And yeah, we just gotta let this one cook for minutes. Lupus gonna take that arty move from QQ, throw that down here. Again, you gotta really be careful with the positioning of these things, though, because you can't sell it. So he might have just goofed himself out of a couple Warrens. And the Warrens are so important. So, let's see. The tier 3 is bought and paid for here for Lupus. Yeah, I think I'd rather see the RD in the middle, right? I think. And yeah, Lupus going for more Badgers here. Again, messed up that Warren placement just slightly, which... I mean, maybe I'm overthinking, but, you know, every Warren counts. Because you have such limited space here. And the Badger on the way here for QQ, heading out in the middle of the field. Going to be met by the army of Lupus. I kind of like QQ's army better, though. Badger does a good job dealing with the mice. But the fox is here as well for Lupus. Let's see if he's going to actually go in. Nice shot on the Badger. Gonna lose. Oh, man. 2 tier 3 for 1. Keeps his fox alive, but no, the Falcon DPS it down very quickly. Nice early game lead here for QQ. Gonna push the issue. And flying units are also very important on this map here, so you can do stuff like this and hit these pigs. Look at this from QQ, man. Just a monster here. Took this game over in a matter of minutes. And 3 minutes in, Lupus is going to be forced to tap. That's it. What an absolute Chad. That was crazy. This is why I like the Gentleman Tournament so much, because that game was not even 3 minutes long. And I think we saw like 5 tier 3s kill each other. Okay. QQ up on match point. Let's rock and roll. Game number 6. I do love the starting in the middle, too. That's kind of fun. Alright, QQ actually gonna go sniff what Lupus is doing before building anything? Okay. And good thing he did. I mean... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Does this work? Sign my mouse pad, dude. What? This doesn't work, does it? And now QQ can't sell any of this stuff. Oh, man. It's close, but yeah, it looks like the moles are overwhelming. He's playing whack-a-mole with these Warrens. Oh my god. QQ is a certified gamer. Coming in here, gonna target the mill down with the moles. Oh man, this might be my favorite match of the 2021 duels. Look at that. Down and dirty. Hammer time here for QQ. What a gamer. What a gamer. And that is it. QQ will advance to round 3. Congratulations.